Hello, beautiful people. This is Natalie, your multi-dimensional channeler, light worker mentor. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I thought that between clients, I would stop and chat with you around something important, which is recognizing your own intuitive journey, your own intuitive path, knowing that it is so different from one person to another. So, welcome to this little talk. And you're, of course, are invited to share your own experience around what it is, what your path is, what your intuitive journey is. And if whatever I say resonates with you or just brings some kind of questions, feel free to ask them. We were here really to chat about recognizing your own intuitive journey. So if it's the first time, hello Nina, how are you doing? If it's the first time we're connecting here together, well, let me know. Let me know who's there. We are on the main page here, but I do have a group. I do have a Facebook group. It's free, it's private, and we have a little bit more conversations, a little bit more activations there. So if you're interested, feel free to join the group. It's called Lightworker Starseed Healers Rising. I'll post the link there. But today I would like to chat with you about, again, recognizing your own energy, your own journey as an intuitive, as a healer. Depending where you are on the process, on the growth process, you'll find that there's so many sources of inspiration you can find along the way, and they're all good. If they resonate with you, they're all good. If they bring a sense of awareness, a sense of unlocking a truth that resonates with you, then it's all good. And actually, they're all good, really. Even the ones that you may consider later not as potent or not as potentially positive, it doesn't matter. You have the right to change your mind. You have the right to evolve and realize that some of the past truths are not resonating within you anymore. And that's what it is. As you're growing, as you're evolving, what used to work for you as a concept around dimensions, around being a healer, all the processes you may have learned, you might realize that, A, they don't work for you anymore, or you need to adapt them to match your vibration of the moment. So again, if you're here for the first time, I am Natalie. I am a multidimensional channeler. I am a lightworker mentor, and I help you guys. I help all of you healers and light workers to clear anything that is in your way, stopping you from becoming the best version of who you are and who you're meant to be becoming, who you're meant to just express yourself as a healer, as an intuitive, as whatever your gifts are. And again, the blocks are a lot are emotional, a lot are karmic as well. But whatever, again, is stopping you from feeling that you have already all the power, that you have already all the abilities, well, I can help you with this. But today's conversation, and I would really love to hear from you, because as you know, I am mentoring light workers for them to feel totally abundant in their life. And of course, through our conversations, we come across their own journey, how they have developed their gifts and what their struggles were, who they have learned from. And that prompted me to come to you today and chat with you about that. So my question to you, whether you watch this live or as a replay, as I will check your answers, is what are your intuitive gifts? And if you're new at this, how did you train yourself? How did you explore those abilities? How did you find your own signature, your own ways, or your own way of expressing your gift? Because with the internet, with the social media, there are like so many readers, there's so many mentors, so many teachers, And sometimes we can get lost. And that's what happened with my students lately. They're like, but I've learned this. And now my higher self is telling me that I could do something else, or I read about this and I resonated with this, but now I don't anymore. So were they wrong? Were my previous teachers wrong? So it is part of the evolution. It is totally part of the evolution to simply discover a truth at a certain given moment, realizing that, oh my God, it makes sense. It opens up this feeling in your heart that opens up your third eye, your ability of remembering that this is a potential truth. And I'm talking about anything that resonates with you. It could be a teaching. You could have, like, I don't know, taken a course, Reiki course, a channeling course, whatever it is. Hello, La Violette, hello. And suddenly a few years later, you realize the same process doesn't work with you. You need to modify it. You need to change it. And it's like you feel jammed. You feel like, oh, do I have the right? Do I have the right to modify what I have learned? Do I have the right to call it something different? Do I have the right to really follow my own trajectory, my own journey? So what I'm trying to say here is that everything you come across that makes you feel like, yes, this is something I resonate with, this is a truth I resonate with, use it. Use it, learn from it, and learn from whomever is sharing that source, is sharing that information. Until it does not resonate with you. And that can take a year, and that can take a month, that can take 10 years. And it's totally fine. Eventually, you will find your own method, your own process. And that's what you need to follow. Follow your heart, and not follow somebody who has been very successful by, teaching thousands of other people. Not because they're wrong, because you have integrated their teachings, you have integrated their processes, and you're ready for more. You're ready for the next step of your intuitive expression. So personally, because that's what my students are asking me, how did you come to be a channeler and to express your gift and to do what you do? Well, nobody really taught me how to do it. And was I born with it? Probably, like most of you guys here. Did I express it right away at birth, or when I was at least aware that I was extremely sensitive? Probably not, because I had other things to discover, but my sensitivity was already very high. So I've learned from people who were practicing a darker aspect of intuitive powers, magnetism, hypnosis, but not in a very what I would say enlightened way. But I learned from them. They opened me to the fact that that way of receiving data from another source than just the 3D source was good. Then, as soon as I did not resonate with them anymore because it felt darker from my perspective, then that's it. I said, thank you, I respect your work, but I need something else. It's not being disrespectful. It's just saying, it's like, level one, level 2, level 3, you're just moving forward. So what really brought me a lot of insights were pretty much the books I was reading and the movies I was reading. And in the 80s, which is, the era where when I grew up, all the movies around channeling, around psychic abilities were, again, to my experience, a little bit dark, on the dark side. So again, I was totally attracted by healers, by movies about healing, about connecting to higher dimensions, to star beings. But besides E.T., to be honest, everything was about invasion, about darker and negative, and conquering the planet and all that. I was not drawn in. I was so sure there was something way more beautiful than this. But again, you're limited to what you can access, in different times in your life. So books were really important when I got older. I'll tell you who I have followed for a long time and who I'm still following. And I think, and I'm pretty sure you guys have your own favorite books and favorite teachers. Hello, Joanne. And so feel free to share them here. We're here to share. I mean, if you can unlock somebody's awareness just by sharing your own journey, that is beautiful. So more recently, because I don't think, I started with all the writings. Yeah, you're with me on this, Nina. Everything about Buddhism is pretty much what opened me up to not feeling fully satisfied with the materialistic world. I realized that that's great. We can try. I love traveling, but I realized that traveling did not bring me as much when I got back. It was a high when you're gone. Hello, Stacy. And but when I came back, I needed to feel my heart fill it up with information, data, and some kind of spiritual life. So Buddhism and Buddhist teachings were very important. Did it develop my intuitive powers? No, but it developed my connection with my inner life and different forms of trance when in deep meditation, and I loved it. So that helped. And then a little bit later, what opened me up so hugely about channeling in a way that I thought was accessible to me was all the conversations with God. He called it God, and already when I started, I said, that's not really God, it's probably your higher self. But again, does it really matter what name we call it? For him it was God because it has a higher potential. And I realized that I could channel some of the words that were coming in the following pages. It's like it unlocked just by reading, oh my God, he can do it. I want to do it. And I realized I was channeling words and numbers that were on the following page. So it felt like a truth. It felt like, yeah, he received data. I wanted more, but he received data that felt true until I did not resonate with the author anymore. That's me. I thought he was taking a road that was his, but I'm so grateful for what I've learned from him. Then very important teachers. I'm probably going to forget a few because there's some you just connect for one or two books or activations and then you disconnect. But Sonia Choquette, her books are very interesting. Her journey is very interesting too. I connect less with her meditations, but I followed some of her courses and still will refer to some of her stuff because she has an extreme knowledge and knows very well how to share that information. Then there's Diana Cooper, there's Team Wild. They're a wonderful team, and I think they're really channeling potent activations. I have a lot of their activations who definitely unlocked some connections with star beings for me. So just listening to their activations, it was like amazing how far I was going. What probably helped me the most was really to work with one mentor, one-on-one. It started from a healing group. I used to go there once a week, and we were working on healing people who were in need of healing. So it could be anyone, people we know that we were putting on a list, and we were working on everyone. And I was receiving way more. I was receiving visions. I was receiving words. I had past lives connections for them. So just being there every week helped me. And the person who was actually leading this healing circle saw my potential, and not just mine, but she said, why don't we meet once in a while? So we probably met, I don't know, once every 3 months for a little while. And of course, she was there as a support, so that was beautiful, and that helped me a lot. And then other teachers came through. As for light language, Reagan Hillier is probably one that really unlocked a lot too, because she's speaking light language in her own way. And I said, oh my God, that woo-woo weird thing, yes, that's true, that happens, somebody does it, and she's really helping people. So that gave me the permission to do it out there. You always have somebody who is a few steps ahead, and that becomes a beacon for you until you're ready for the next teacher. So that helped me a lot. But in the end, I needed to distance myself from each one of them to build my own intuitive journey. So in my heart, in my field, I have a little bit of all those people, plus all the ones I haven't mentioned. They're all here. They give me 1%, 10% of their gifts and their knowledge. I integrate it in my way, and I do something that I don't know how many are doing it in the world. Probably a few, and they're calling it something different. But I mixed my own approach with hypnosis, which was my regular job as I was, evolving into the intuitive journey. But I called it intuitive hypnosis because I was taking myself and my clients into a deep hypnosis state. And then I realized that following a process, chatting with the subconscious mind was not enough. There was more that wanted to come. I could feel their answers before I even got them from them. So it's really by exploring myself, exploring on my own, listening to all those different talks and reading their books. Sometimes just a sentence in a book can be like, oh my God, yes, it's the truth. And from that recognition, that remembering that their truth is also connecting to what you remember as being your truth, then you have a whole download. I don't like to use the word download. It's more remembering for me, but it's like it's opening another valve of data within you. And then you don't need the book. I mean, are you like me? How many books or courses have you bought? You start either one session, two sessions, or one module, two modules, one chapter in a book, and it opens up something you do not even want to continue on. You just close the book and you just explore with the energy it unlocked. So sometimes you go back to the book, sometimes you don't. It happened to me with courses too. I just went through module 1 and 2 and I said, I have enough for now. I'll just come back when I need more, but right now I have enough to work with. So the ultimate goal of everything you learn from a teacher, from people, from books, from courses, from workshops, from observation is to observe, explore, use their tools. Does it match? And be creative, personalize it. Do not stay, you can stay with a process that works. But I know that the future of us light workers, healers, starseeds is to create something that resonates with your own vibration. So if you're a Reiki practitioner, yes, if you love, continue on. But if you're here on this page or you kind of connect to my vibe, you'll realize that whomever wrote a process, or I should say the process itself will be obsolete very quickly now. Not to the point that it won't help or heal anymore, but to the point that you will feel like it's missing something. And processes need to evolve very quickly now. I mean, I could write a program and realize that in a year from now, people are asking for more. They'll say, yeah, I know that, I already know that. And they're beginners. Because people are absorbing from the invisible realm as well, not just from whatever us humans are writing and teaching, but things have to be fast. So the ultimate goal, and that's what I do with my beautiful students, is not only teach them what I know, which is just a tiny aspect. I would say it's probably 10% of what I do with people. Everything I do is I help them become their own masters, their own individual channeler, to really become, sorry, I just poured my glass on my papers here. It's really to become their own sovereign, their own teachers, to become fully independent. So it is so important to help people, give them tools when you feel they're lost. And that's the kind of guidance you may be looking for whenever you connect with a teacher, an author, or whomever you connect with. But feel free, feel empowered enough to simply say, great, I've learned a lot. Now I'm exploring. And if I want to add some other tools into the recipe I've learned, feel free to do it. The ultimate goal, and that's what I do with my students, is for them to channel, heal, and receive and unlock their own process. So when I channel for them, I'm asking their higher self, what does she need to clear? What does he need to clear? What does he need to learn? Okay, now that this is all clear, what is she or is he meant to work with? Can we share a process? And what happens is that we are pretty much receiving a process. I mean, it's sometimes a mixture of energy work and channeling, but it's something so personal. Sometimes we see the tools, sometimes we see the rituals all around it. And again, everything that is channel is just igniting the sense of freedom, the empowerment, the freedom that you get when you feel empowered, that when you feel that, oh my God, I could channel pretty much any kind of information, any kind of knowledge from my own. That's what I want you guys to be doing, to make sure that once you got the support, simply the basic support, to trust that, yeah, your higher self and your star team are there to help you. Well, books and teachers, even like me, this will be just, an occasional support. Most of what you'll get and most of what you'll practice and build will come from what you receive constantly as guidance. The main goal of all the work we're meant to be doing is to empower one another. I have a journey. I have been helped and supported by others, but the method I'm practicing is mine. Mine, not like I own it, but mine, I created it. It's a mixture of everything I've learned: therapeutic hypnosis, channeling, psychic mediumship, energy healing, and something I blended in something that I feel is extremely personal. Will it be the same in a year? Probably not. Is there other people, or are there other people doing the same thing, calling it differently? Probably. Is it totally the same? Maybe not. But I know I will shift, and I want people. It's not actually, I shouldn't say I want, because that means it's an ego need. It's not what I want. It's what I'm meant to be doing, to help people feel empowered and not rely on an external source like a teacher, a guru, constantly. Occasionally, yes, that will unlock something, but always contact somebody regularly, like, am I on the right path? I don't see. Can you help me to see? That should be good for a certain period of time. A few weeks, a few months, then off you go. Explore, have fun, test, work with people, work with yourself, clear yourself, and learn, and build something with a name, with a description, with a signature that is totally yours. So eventually you will find other people who are doing the same thing or something similar, but still you will be different. You'll have your own color to it. You'll have something so different to it. So recognizing your own intuitive journey is realizing that you're learning from other people. You are testing whatever others are teaching, but in the end, you are only receiving or unlocking your own answers. I mean, do not count on somebody to tell you, should I take that job or not? Personally, when people are asking me this, I mean, I'm saying you didn't get the point of all this. The point of all this is not for me to tell you what your higher self wants to tell you. It's for you to hear your higher self directly and without ever going back through me again. So if you want a specific And usually I don't get it. I think the energies I work with are wise enough to never give me a clear answer when people are saying, should I stay in that relationship or not? Is it a yes or a no? Is it, they will always say, if you take A, this is what's going to happen. If you take B, that's what's going to happen. Now, where you are right now, if you continue on this path, this is what can this is what can unfold. Do you want this path? Do you like it? Perfect. Then you're on the right track. You don't like it. What can you do to change it? So there's always a learning curve. There's always a lesson to learn before you retrieve that kind of guidance. And again, this is what people get from me. I'm not the kind of channeler who will give you a right answer, because then you become dependent. You become dependent, and it's not even a conscious choice. They don't want to give it to me like that, and I'm happy, because you don't want to have your clients or your friends or even you depending on an external source, another person. Again, the gift is to really unlock your abilities. So your journey is perfect. Whom you learned from is exactly what you needed to learn, and the right person. Even though eventually you disconnected from them, it's totally fine. You can come back to those people if they resonate. They're all good. The journeys are all good. But the ultimate goal is not always to depend on the data that others are receiving, whether it's for a group or for you personally. The final goal is to clear all emotional blocks, karmic blocks that are stopping you from, one, receive for yourself the guidance that I may share with you or others, other channelers, to receive on your own. So it could be fear of being out there as an intuitive, fear of judgment, fear of abandonment, fear of a rejection. It could be connected from childhood because you didn't feel supported or trauma occurred, or it could be from a past life. We need to look at this. There's no way. You cannot feel totally empowered if you don't work on self-confidence. It's really hard to say, hey, I am a multi-dimensional channeler. I am a starseed. I connect to star beings and people's higher self, and I can help people work and download their own gifts. I mean, between you and I, maybe you get what I mean, but it takes some kind of guts to say that in the world. And self-confidence will arise when you clear all your fears. So you cannot escape the fact that you need to work on your own stuff before feeling empowered. And once you start being out there saying what you're doing, or at least saying what you want to explore, being authentic, saying, hey, I'm so interested about my starseed origin. I would like to learn about that. Just saying that to your friends or people around you, they'll know right away, hey, this is what he or she is studying at the moment. And who knows, they might just guide you to people who can help you with this, or books, or you understand, you need to start to be authentic with yourself. And when you will find out that some other people are actually connecting the same way, you'll be more yourself in the world, and your higher self will see this, and it will bring people your way. It will bring experiences that will unlock more and more. Again, the final destination is to be, and it's not the final, but let's say the ultimate goal is really for you to feel totally empowered and receive guidance on your own. You just need support for a little while. You need then to be alone for a while and test yourself and make sure that you're not influenced by anyone's method, how they do it, how they channel, how they heal. Observe, explore, but then create. The intuitive gift, or the most important intuitive gift that we can transfer into the 3D world, is the act of creation. When I create, I take whatever I sense, see, channel, and I make it my reality. I give it my own color. I use it in a way people can understand and can be drawn to it. It will be unique. It might be woo-woo for some. Who cares? I'll just attract whoever is interested by this. So your own journey is unique. And again, you might read so many things with different contents. Sometimes they all blend together. Sometimes you feel that, yeah, those two mentors are on the same page, and some might say some things that are totally different. Who's right, who's wrong? I'm not here to say that. But what feels right and wrong for you? What feels wrong, you probably won't connect with this and you'll let go. What feels right, you'll probably will want to explore and learn more from it. What was right may turn wrong because it doesn't resonate with you, and it's okay. Right or wrong is really relative. It's really how you feel. There's things that we know are right and wrong in terms of not hurting people and stuff like that. We kind of know that. But in the intuitive world where things cannot fully be measured, it's mainly an interpretation or a way of wording things or a way of sharing the content. I mean, do we have tangible proof of everything that is being channeled? No. But if it feels right in your heart and it opens the desire to learn more and to, oh my God, I would like to do this, to unlock the desire to follow a similar trajectory, then this is what is right for you at this moment. And again, it can change. So this is what I wanted to chat with you, because again, I'm working with students, and those students are coming from different backgrounds. Some are like really new at this. They just saw how I was doing things and they're like, Natalie, I want to do it. Great, but we need to clear your emotional fears around being this, because everybody can be intuitive. Some people maybe have more tools or more experience, but that's all. Everybody could if they wanted to. And some people are so advanced that all I need to work on with them is simply test their modality. Okay, now that you're convinced that your gifts are there, how do you want to use them? Do you want to keep them for yourself, or you want to be of service? Okay, now you want to be of service. How do you want to present them? How do you want to call yourself? A channeler, a healer, a priestess, a guru, whatever words are resonating with you. Okay, what will be your process? Are you working one-on-one with a group? That is the kind of thing I also help people work with. Again, I take you where you are, and I am helping you to move to the next phase of your intuitive expression. And I just do that for a few weeks, and then you're free to go. You're totally free to go. You're totally free to explore on your own, because the connection with your intuitive self, your higher self, and your spirit family will be sealed strong. So you won't need always somebody to confirm that, was it right what I saw? Is it something that is really an information? So Hervé says, I'm reopening my healing studio next week. This is exactly what I needed to hear. Wonderful. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for you, Hervé. So, yeah, you've got the gift. We all have the gift, but remember, just express it in a way that feels good for you. And remember, always stay a student. I am a student. There are times where I receive data, and I'll be honest with you, less and less do I check and other channelers, other beautiful, and I say beautiful channelers, beautiful authors, unless they really have a data that I cannot unlock myself, or I don't, I'm not really the kind of channeler who will download like, how could I call that? Theory, in terms like it's not my mission, so I cannot really download a theory about how the earth evolved and the species. No, I connect to their essences. I connect to their energy, and then whatever my student needs to see, or my student needs to see, I share it. I do also channel courses. I've been strongly guided to do probably every 2 weeks. I started a few months ago. It's just lessons. At the beginning, I didn't know. I just received, Natalie, on your own, not connecting with anyone, record, channel, and just ask for a message for everyone. And it started with lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4. I stopped because I had personal things I had to tend to. I will come back to it. And I have a feeling it's going to be lessons of unlocking light workers. This is my mission. I didn't choose it. I realize I'm unlocking light workers wherever they're trapped, whether they don't think they can make a living from their gifts, or they don't know how to call themselves. I'm there for that. So I know my lessons will be around how to unlock others, and I'll keep you informed, guys, if ever you're interested to follow those lessons, which are always including an activation. And it's always a collective connection. It's as if I'm attending a conference in a higher dimension and I can see other beings present. We're like hundreds of us, and I'm receiving information as if, again, I was attending in a conference and I was just transcribing or just sharing verbally what's coming through. So less and less do I connect to other channelers, even though they're extremely famous and extremely potent and very, very true in what they're sharing. Because I'm saying, do I need to confirm? No, I have my own gift. I have my own information, and that information sometimes really corroborates another information I read from another person. It's really aligned with what others are receiving, and sometimes it's so different. So why would I need to compare myself, knowing that I don't need any proof anymore of what I receive? I mean, my clients are definitely the proof that it's working. So I don't need that anymore. Sometimes, if ever I feel an energy and I'm not too sure how to call it, I might just read some of the posts others are sharing. But there's a lot of things out there that I don't resonate with anymore, even though I do admire people. It's like my vibration is very high into the love vibration. So everything that, even though it might be true, everything around conspiracy and negative agenda of humans or other species, I totally disconnected from that. And it's not an ego choice. It's whatever I'm downloading. If ever I'm asking something around, let's say, underground energies that are ruling the world and stuff like that, they take me right away to a higher vibration, and I'm starting to download activations to reboot myself and others. So there's no point for me to even try. It's not what I meant to be sharing with people. So whatever I receive is always highly vibrational. Even if people were asking me, okay, is the health issue is going to be resolved, I probably would never get a yes, no, and a how. I probably would get an activation for us to download easily the process. And to help us move easily with whatever we're going through, and it would match you, whomever is present. It would match you guys' vibration, and you would receive a message from it. So again, I think I'm lucky. Honestly, I really think I'm lucky, because a few years ago, I was so curious about the underground world. Okay, are we really manipulated genetically and everything? I was really curious because I felt something was off. But my mission was not to investigate that. Actually, it was taking me vibrationally so down because I'm sensitive. And I said, do I want to know everything humanity has done? Is it really going to help me evolve to know that we have done really bad things to our fellow humans, and we are also experiencing very difficult things from other vibrations, other dimensions? Am I really helping myself, my family, and my students by knowing every detail of this? No, it was keeping me so much in a low vibration that I disconnected myself so much from wanting to know the truth, which does not exist. Again, we have different points of observation. It might be different. So the only truth I can be sure of today, as of today, is opening the heart center. That I'm so sure of. When you open your heart center, I would say you resolve most of your issues, personal issues, emotional issues, and intuitive blockages. Even if all your stuff is not fully resolved, even if you have personal things you need to resolve, you can, as soon as you open your heart center, you're like, you're almost telling the universe, your higher self, and all your team, I'm ready to see beyond my physical eyes. I'm ready to see love in myself and in others. I'm ready to simply see the beauty beyond whatever is a little bit darker, because I want to elevate my vibration to see what is accessible to me and to the ones I want to work with. How does it feel? So again, I think I'll end it there. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be very happy to answer this. If you haven't joined my group and you feel that my vibration is the kind of vibration you would like to connect more often, I will post a link in the comments. But if you search lightworkers, healers, star seeds rising, just answer the 2-3 questions that are being asked. I'll add you in. There's way more activations in that group. There are way more interconnections and discussions there, because hopefully the ones who are in the group are connected on a high, loving vibration. I want to move forward. I don't want to discuss forever what is wrong with our world. I know, we all know there's a lot of things that are wrong in this world, but I'd rather help people get themselves out of the darkness instead of just talking about the darkness all the time. So remember, follow your heart, follow your intuition, create your own reality, create your own gift, create your own process, be inspired, follow people. Do not feel bad if you disconnect from other people. Do not feel bad if you don't follow them anymore, and that could be me. Eventually you'll say, I don't need Natalie anymore. I just do my stuff on my own, and that will be totally good for you, because I've done that. Just follow your own thing. But the only way to do that is to feel confident and to explore and be creative. You need to explore, guys. You need to play with the energies and just tell the world, tell the universe, tell your higher self, I want to work in with this energy. Send me more signs, send me people, send me books, and then just go with the flow. So I hope to see you in the group, guys. I hope I'll see you there. I hope you'll join our group, and until then, I'm sending you big hugs from Vancouver Island, and I hope to chat with you very soon. Bye for now.